So for me, 3 words that describe the CLO exchange are intimate, dynamic, and provocative.
Fun, networking, and opportunity.
Collaborative, interactive, and fun.
Relevant and worthwhile.
Intimate, fun, and can-do.
Just looking at the topics themselves prior to coming, I got excited thinking, we're going to talk about that. Nobody talks about that to that level of depth. Or I'll see who the speaker is and I'll think that person's going to be discussing data analytics for competencies. That's the kind of thing that we really need to spend more time on, that we never have someone with that level of experience chatting with us about. So I think the topics are dynamic. It gets people thinking, and when you have a lot of people at that level together in a room thinking about a topic, the conversation is very dynamic, the feedback's dynamic.
When I benchmark, I like to look not only at what other companies are doing, but also what's emerging from a vendor capability perspective. And the CLO exchange gives me a venue to do both. Collaborating with peers from other companies, even after the exchange, is the biggest value for me. And also the one-on-one times with suppliers that you don't normally get. It's not your typical sales call that you get that I avoid, quite frankly.
It was money well spent, it was time well spent, it was opportunity to connect with people that I know I wouldn't have been able to connect with otherwise. We were able and fortunate to be able to present on the first day. And because of that, we were able to engage with a lot of different folks that from the outset maybe didn't see us as a fit or someone that they wanted to maybe sit down with, that we've been able to have conversations after the fact. And so again, the small intimate nature, when you do have meals together, when you do have other types of roundtable discussions, it brings it all together in a way that is the most unique out of any other event that I've been able to be a part of. I'd love to return to a CLO event. In fact, that was the first question after the first day of when are the next events happening in 2017.
I would recommend the CLO Exchange to a peer at my level. This is an opportunity to discuss issues not only with peers in your space, but also with vendors that are wrestling with all the same things that you are. It will definitely be thought-provoking. It will definitely be a wonderful way to network and for you to stay connected to what cutting-edge thinking is in this area.
So this being my first exchange, the professionalism of the staff, of the venue, the quality of attendees have all been top-notch. So the business meetings have gone quite well. A lot of enthusiasm on the part of CLOs in terms of looking at incorporating new technologies and new solutions. So of the business meetings, we have plans to follow up with about 90% of them.
I found the open and candid discussions of real benefit. People were being open about what's worked and what hasn't worked. And often you get the success stories when you go along to these conferences, but being able to find out what things didn't work is a great learning opportunity as well. And people not holding back from that and pushing their ego to one side and talking about those things. So I found that great. And the vendors were really useful. It wasn't a hard sell approach. It wasn't the sort of normal sideshow where you're walking around and getting free giveaways. We're actually having proper, honest conversations. They weren't trying to sell, but really understand the solutions that you need given the problems the business has. So I found that really useful.
The difference between a conference and this exchange are it's much more targeted. Everybody's here for much more intentional reasons. We're able to have much more meaningful conversations. We know what the delegates are looking for, and the fact that there aren't too many people here, you're able to connect on a more one-on-one individual basis. It's really valuable.
So we've had probably about 10 to 12 meetings so far, and I would say almost every single one, we have a plan to follow up with them. So it's exciting. Groville will definitely be back. CLO Exchange has been incredible use of time and great ROI.